Bishop, thank you once again for being here with us and taking the time.
Good to be here.
We have the state of the state, we have the state of the union. Today we're doing the state of our diocese. Let's talk about how our diocese is faring. We have a number of financial campaigns in effect right now. Let's talk about our spiritual and financial health. Generations of Faith, how is that faring?
Well, very well. Say surprisingly, but we were not expecting that it would go so well. As of 2 weeks ago, the last report I got, we had about $51 million pledged.
Okay.
So that was a great accomplishment. That brings us, was an $80 million campaign. So, but we're not even halfway finished with all the parishes. So that means we most probably will go over somewhat, which is a good sign. Again, the three components of the campaign were half of it will go back to the parishes for their capital needs. And then the other half is split between the needs of our retired priests, and then 10% of the 50 goes to helping youth work. That we will again have a network within the diocese, establishing at least for 3 years that we can support it directly, and then indirectly the parishes pick it up, having youth ministers and youth work, really at top quality, so that we really want to reach out to our youth.
Now, Generations of Faith appears to be the flagship, but there are other financial campaigns underway, or do we plan on having some more?
Some parishes are doing their own campaign, but it's combined with Generations of Faith. So they're not doing two campaigns at once. They're doing one. Sometimes they have a higher goal because they want to do a special capital need in the parish. So there's a handful that are doing that.
How do you take the pulse of our diocese, Bishop? How do you decide where we need the money? Where should it go?
Well, it's not easy to know a big diocese like this,
Sure.
but again, we depend on the parishes to set their own priorities. Each one of them has a pastoral plan. Each one of them has a financial plan. If they're not making it, then they call for help. So I think that's how we try to decentralize. We're not trying to plan for everybody centrally. It's too big of a diocese.
It is a big diocese, and what I appreciate about you, Bishop, is that you're out there. You have your ear to the ground. You're listening to what parishioners are saying, and a lot of parishioners seem to be concerned about financial needs. Will there be any more consolidation? Is that something that we need to look forward to?
Well, we'll see. Again, consolidation is based on the viability of parishes pastorally and financially. And so we're looking at the plans, how they've been worked out. So far, we don't see any emergency issues that have come about. So hopefully our combinations have concluded, and that will just deepen the work we're doing within the parishes that exist.
That's definitely a relief to hear. Now, we started a program where our Catholic schools would be moving to an academy format. Is that complete? Are we still in the process of that?
It's about half done. There's kinks in the systems, and we're looking at it. We want to, we had at one of the last pastors' meetings before the pastoral year closed, we had them discuss it, and a lot of things come out that we didn't know about, how they're seeing it. So now the next pastor meeting coming up this end of this month, we will be addressing their concerns. So we hope to perfect the model. It's about as good as we can come up with, but everything can be improved.
Of course, and as you address the concerns with administrators, let's talk a little bit about how we can get our kids ready to at least begin school, even though the transition to academy is not all done, but how do we get them ready?
Well, first of all, there's a little discipline involved in school, and that's hard to come by because you can go to school, but if you don't discipline yourself to learn or to do your homework or to put extra things, then you're not really getting full advantage of the educational opportunity. So again, I think discipline, that happens in little ways, not by letting the children have everything and anything they want, but by kind of curbing them a bit, even if it's not absolutely necessary to deny them something. Well, you postpone things. You teach them some kind of internal discipline that's so important in our lives. And unfortunately today in this society where we have we're in abundance in our United States, children don't learn personal discipline because I have too much to deal with.
Great advice. Discipline for kids, discipline for parents. Thank you so much, Bishop. I appreciate it.